Hey everybody, let's break some news because apparently no one else watched the actual presentation from Stephen Moore in the Oval Office yesterday afternoon. Moore came to the Oval Office to share some new economic data that he had gotten. Now, the people who have talked about this, to the extent it's been talked about at all, they've talked about how he brought new jobs data showing that Trump probably was right to sack the BLS commissioner. There's controversy over that. Trump said she was sandbagging his numbers based on the stuff that Moore brought to the White House. Looks like she probably was. But there are several huge things that have come out of this that nobody's reporting on. So I want to share them with you. First off, let's talk about the jobs numbers. Moore came in and he said, look, it probably was a good thing that you fired her because for that last 2 years of the Biden administration, they overestimated the number of jobs they created by 1.5 million. Those 1.5 million jobs they said they created that they didn't create over the last 2 years. If that happened for the first 2 years, then we're talking about 4 million jobs they claimed they created that they didn't create. Now, here's the killer with that. Here's the context. The Biden administration only created somewhere between 3 and 6 million jobs. Only 3 to 6 million. So if they only created 3 million, and they lied by 4 million, then they lost 1 million. If they created 6 million, claim they did, but they fluffed them by 4 million, then they only created 2 million. So that's a massive game changer. But there were other, I think, significantly bigger things in this than that. Let me give you, I jotted down notes on these. I want to give these to you. So Moore brought in about 5 different charts that showed a number of things. The most interesting things that he showed were, one, median household income over the first 5 months of Trump's administration. Median household income has grown about $1,200 first 5 months. Over the entire 4 years of Biden's administration, it grew $551. So in the first 5 months of Trump's administration, we've doubled the median household income that we got, all of it that we got under Biden. If you look at all 4 years of the first Trump administration, median household income went up. I got the note here: $6,400, $6,400 over those 4 years. Over all 4 years of Biden, again, only $551. So in other words, we were 11 times better off as far as median household income goes under Trump than under Biden. But there's more. Under Biden, the bottom 25% of wage earners, excuse me, the bottom 25% of the people in the economy, they actually lost money. They were the only group that lost money under Biden. And it was the poorest among us. Under Trump, they went up $4,000. So under Trump, the lowest group, lowest 25%, bottom what we would call quartile. They lost money under Biden. Under Trump, they made $4,000. Under Biden, the middle group, the middle 50%, they really didn't change. They didn't make a lot under Biden. They didn't lose a lot under Biden. But like we said, under Trump, that middle section went up $6,400. The only people to actually make money under Biden, the only people whose income went up on average, was people in the top 25%. The middle 50%, not much of a change. The bottom 25%, they lost money under Biden. So there you go. That is unbelievable economic news that could have been all over the place Thursday afternoon. No one has it, but let me tell you who does: the Western Journal. We should be breaking that before anybody else out there. Go check us out at westernjournal.com.